The Federation of St. Kitts and Nevis is prone to many hazards, but a workshop which began yesterday and saw participation from various stakeholders in disaster management focused on tsunamis. According to the agenda, the objective of the St. Kitts and Nevis Tsunami Protocol Adaptation Workshop was to familiarize national stakeholders with the Tsunami Protocol development process, develop the draft St. Kitts and Nevis Tsunami Protocol and standard operating procedures, and test the newly developed draft St. Kitts and Nevis Tsunami Protocol and standard operating procedures, or SOPs.
Our history dictates that we have had a tsunami back in 1690 when our first town, Jamestown, was destroyed. It has taken us a long while before we have drawn up any SOPs. So this workshop is here to look at the protocol that would be established for addressing a tsunami hazard.
Meantime, Director of the Nevis Disaster Management Department, Lester Blackett, spoke of the possibility of the Federation being hit by a tsunami.
Recently, an article was put out about the possible threat of a tsunami, a huge tsunami, coming all the way from the Canary Islands in Africa. They're talking about a wave 150 feet high. Can you imagine a tsunami of that size striking St. Kitts and Nevis? And even though it has, I can't remember the number of hours before it reaches here, 5 hours, we still have to have in place procedures to make sure that persons do not get adversely affected, at least directly in terms of deaths and injuries. I think a couple of years ago they had some of the volcanic eruption materials going into the sea, and that created a tsunami. A small one, that may be true, but you also have undersea eruptions and earthquakes which could create a tsunami which reaches us instead of hours, in minutes.
A delegation from the Caribbean Disaster Emergency Management Agency, CDEMA, is among the workshop's facilitators. Donna Peer is the Mitigation and Preparedness Specialist for the agency.
Though we are here to look at the tsunami protocol and SOPs, we are also here to look at how we can reduce our vulnerability and our risk factors to tsunamis and other coastal hazard impacts. You see from the interaction, it's a lot of work to be done, but there's no good time or best time to get prepared. It happens continuously, and we hope that once we start the process here, it's not going to end. So we look forward for the 2 days. We document everything. We share what we have with St. Kitts, because it's one country, St. Kitts, Nevis, and Nevis will share with St. Kitts and vice versa. So we look forward to that, and thank you for having me.
The workshop, which concluded today, featured presentations by the National Disaster Management Office, Ivor Blake of the National Emergency Management Agency, NEMA, as well as Nicola Drake of the CDEMA Coordinating Unit.